Ches Mishnah Vov. Again, the Mishnah continues with the various items, the shiurim, how much you would be chayiv to carry. In other words, how big the item has to be in order for you to be chayiv a chatos on Shabbos. So the Mishnah Vov says as follows: Etzem, a bone, kadei la'asos tarvot. The amount of bone that you would be chayiv for hitzah on Shabbos is the amount of bone used to make a spoon. In those days, they would take animal bones and they would fashion them into some sort of keli. And therefore, the etzem, the bone used to fashion it into a spoon, that is the amount that you'd be chayiv for on Shabbos. Rather, it's a smaller amount. It's the amount of bone used to make the tooth of a key. If you imagine a key, you've got a sort of a horizontal piece going along, and then a little bit going down, and then another smaller bit going down over there. So that tooth of the key is made out of bone, and Rabbi Yehuda says that it's got some sort of value, even for a smaller share, for that amount, which is used for the tooth of a key. But the halacha says the Batunur is not like Rabbi Yehuda, rather like the Tanakama, i.e. the amount used to make a tarva, the spoon. Zuchuchis, how much glass would you have to carry in order to be chayiv on Shabbos? Kadei ligrar boy rosh hakarka. The amount used to scrape the points of a weaver's needle. In other words, you have a chassis, you have the frame used for weaving, and you've got plenty of vertical thread coming down. But sometimes they get tangled, so the weaver would take his needle just to separate the thread coming down. To sharpen his needle, he would take a small bit of glass and just scrape the top of the needle. So the amount of glass used to scrape the top of the needle of that the weaver would use to separate the thread. That's how much you'd be chayiv for on Shabbos. Sror, a pebble, a stone. How big a stone would you be chayiv for it on Shabbos? Kadei lizreg ba'oif, the amount used that you would throw at a bird if you're a farmer, and a bird is eating your produce, you would want to shoo it away. So you would take a stone or a pebble and you'd throw it at the bird. So any stone which is big enough to carry its weight and to throw it against the animal, the bird, then that's how much you'd be chayiv for on Shabbos. Rabbi Eliezer the son of Yaakov says, K'dei lizreg b'vehema, a small stone isn't going to be big enough. You need a much bigger stone, because he's worried about a behema rather than an oif. Why isn't he worried about an oif? So the Batanur explains, a person wouldn't bother taking a stone and throwing it against the bird. Why? Because it's enough just to shout at it. That would get rid of the bird. An animal, however, behema, that wouldn't suffice to shout at it. There you'd have to take a stone, obviously a larger stone, and to throw it against the animal. So Rabbi Eliezer Bar Yaakov says you need a slightly larger stone, a stone kadei lizreg ba behema. And the halacha, according to the Rambam in Hilchos Shabbos, Perek Yud Ches, halacha Yud Aleph, says the halacha is indeed like that, the opinion of Rabbi Eliezer Bar Yaakov, i.e. the Evan Kadei Lizreg B'Behema, because for a small bird you wouldn't bother. That is the end of Mishnah Zayin. That is the end of Mishnah Vov.